Yes, and in the shadow of Downing Street here, it looks like the protest has stopped traffic all across Whitehall. You can see there are buses lined all the way down on both sides here, and there is a big band and dancing right in the middle here, right on the pedestrian crossing. And it looks like if you're heading back through this way, you really shouldn't be coming down through Whitehall. But you can see it still seems like there's a fairly positive atmosphere. There's dancing, there's drumming, and it all seems to be fairly good-natured, even though they are now causing traffic right outside Downing Street to cause an absolute standstill. Now, this is all part of the March for Homeless campaign, which is aiming to raise awareness of the way in which homeless people are treated in the UK and beyond. And earlier on, I spoke to the acclaimed film director Ken Loach, who is also down here, and he explained why he is joining the cause.
It's such a major issue. I mean, the figure I know is 93,000 children homeless. I mean, that's huge effect on young people. And it's the politicians don't want to speak about homelessness. The television and the press won't raise it. Most of the press won't raise it. So the only recourse is to be on the streets, to make a noise, so that we put it on the agenda.
And how important do you think it is to give a voice to the voiceless here and really gather as much support as you can into one place to try and put pressure on these politicians?
Well, it's hugely important. And well done to the people who've organised it. I mean, people like this are locked out of Downing Street, their voices aren't heard, and yet they're living, many of them, in dire poverty, sleeping on the streets. They're now putting spikes in places so that people can't shelter. I mean, what kind of inhumanity is that? Sleeping in doorways, sleeping in hostels. So it's a scandal.
Well, it looks like the crowds might be slowly dispersing off of Whitehall now, so perhaps you will have a chance to get your car down here a little bit later on. And a big drive here is all about voter registration. They're trying to mobilise the youth vote ahead of the general election on the 7th of May.